Oh,
Hey,
Now we
Craig.
can't talk about this anymore.
we still
But can
talking
you
about bug
really
funneling
not?
though.
Dang it.
I hate this.
Undeniable.
I
Like
hate it.
how we actually got an episode done.
It was a very trying week, and we might as well
Excuse me.
bring it out right out the front. We're changing the day for the podcast. You guys will probably get it Saturday or Sunday,
Sunday.
Mhm.
dependent.
So
Um,
recording days are Fridays now.
Yeah, because life gets in the way, and school starts, and people have better things to do.
So we're gonna start a GoFundMe so you can make us not have to do any of that, and for a low price of $9.99.99 a month, we can all live happily. Kinda. I mean, I can't live off of $333 a week, or can I? That might be actually that's quite a bit, isn't it? Is it? I don't know anything about money, as you can tell.
Money's hard, man.
Money's hard. I've never had to live off of everything off my own cash. You know what I mean?
I have a cupcake.
What type of cupcake?
It looks like it's chocolate with vanilla icing. I feel like I'm gonna have a diabetic coma.
Don't.
Maybe I will, and maybe I won't. You'll find out next time on this episode of ProGamma Razzcast, episode 27.
I
Yeah,
wanna
27.
say it's
27. It's 27.
27. Yes.
Yeah. Reason being, I remembered because last time we forgot to say, "Hey, we're halfway through a year."
Mm-hmm.
That was 2 times ago.
No.
Oh no, never mind.
it's one
26
time.
is half 52.
God, noob.
What?
Even I
Why?
can do the math.
Dude, that wasn't even math. That was you remembering you doing the math. That's not doing math.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Dude, it's like 9 o'clock. I'm almost in like sleep mode into shutdown mode, okay?
Oh yeah, this is immediately after the Survivor Island thing. By the way, we did it Noob's channel / Twitch ProPokeNoob
And
Broken But Alive's channel.
and
Aw.
Broken Boop Live.
It was Broken's idea. And he's
Yes.
cool.
Mhm.
And this was season 2 of his Animal Crossing Survivor series.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you haven't seen the first season or this one, skip to 10 seconds from now. Because I was a 2-time winner, AmaGamma.
you didn't wait
even
10
though-
seconds.
They have to skip ahead 10 seconds, Noob.
Who skips in a podcast?
Me. Hi. Hello.
Oh, well, that doesn't surprise me.
There's a button that specifically fast forwards like 10 or 15 seconds.
Oh, that is
Yep.
true.
Yep.
Literally the only other button other than press than play for me sometimes.
Play and pause.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was a good time. Had a lot of fun.
No, it's very
Do it
fun.
again.
Well, I'm glad everybody. Well, we have to do it for 2021. That was met. But I'm glad everybody had fun, and
I can't wait to lose next year.
we'll see about that.
I don't want to see about that.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
Are you winning, Gamma?
No, Dade.
I'm not your dad, Gamma.
Well, then stop acting like a Dade, noob.
I'm just too mature for you, aren't I?
Not with how before this podcast started. No, you're not.
You were the ones that brought it up.
Listen, I was trying to think of what mukbang was for a minute. That's all.
Uh-huh.
And then a different word popped up that was somewhat similar, and I didn't. You started going like, "Oh, it's pastry," and then we started talking about baking.
And how sciencey it is.
It is a science.
Super science, man.
Yeah.
It's
It's
science.
measurements and controlled environment and all that other good shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This kid is tomorrow. Why are you putting him on that time at the wrong time? I hate it.
Oh no. Is your schedule getting messed up again?
Yep.
Oh.
Lovely.
I'm not free on Wednesday anymore. I have a thing to run.
Oh
No. I'm free. I'm telling them I'm not free on Wednesday. Said answer my freaking emails. Fuck, man. How do you I understand. Sometimes I take 3-4 days to answer an email. How do you take 2 weeks to answer an email that's actually important for something that comes up in less than 2 weeks?
that sounds like my professor.
I just don't get it. If there's something, I understand, if it's just one of those, you're connecting with somebody, it's not time sensitive. Sometimes it'll slip through. I have that many times happen to me. But if it's time sensitive, I'm very punctual for the most part, or at least I'll get it in at time that would be logical even to me. And I'm a guy that I could work 5 minutes before something or 5 years before something works. So I just don't get how when something is this time sensitive, hey, are we working next Monday or Wednesday? Because this matters to the rest of my schedule. Please tell me by tomorrow. And they don't answer you over and over and over again. It's how do you let that happen so much? So get it.
People are dumb.
I don't know if it's even dumb. Just lazy.
Yeah.
Terribly lazy. Obnoxiously lazy.
I feel personally attacked. I'm very lazy. I'm a lazy boy.
That's just you saying that. It doesn't actually mean you're lazy. You're just trying to find an excuse to hide your real weaknesses.
Get out of my head!
Which you need to embrace, because weakness is okay. We're human. We have weaknesses. Like my weakness for brownies, or Raz's weakness for a good tune.
Oh my god, this cupcake has icing on the inside.
Cookies are good. Icing on the inside?
That's basically filling. That's not an icing anymore. That's filling.
No, it's the same icing as on top.
So it's filling, though.
It's filling, because it's like a creamy center.
Yeah, it's not icing. It's filling now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a cream cheese filling. What the?
Ooh. That's not bad. That's hard to pull off, in my opinion.
It sure is. Cream cheese is amazing. Anybody that says otherwise is dumb.
Dude, cream cheese is phenomenal if you can eat it.
If you can eat it. Who can't eat it? Who?
Lactose intolerant individuals?
Take some Lactaid.
I feel like Gamma's gonna be the old man in this podcast, not me.
Bro, if there was a pill to not be allergic to something for a day, I would take it. I'd take it for nuts. Everything I want to love has nuts in it. Carrot cake looks amazing. But I can't eat regular carrot cake.
Why not?
Oh,
it's got walnuts and pistachios and stuff.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So I have to make my own if I want any.
Oh, dude.
I've eaten it. I've eaten it before. And I'm like, my throat feels like it's closing.
Oh, no.
And then it started to close. I didn't need an EpiPen, but it was very uncomfortable. So yeah. Carrot cake is delicious. A delicious prize that I may not consume.
I feel like my sister has made a I'm allergic to everything version of carrot cake at some point.
Oh yeah?
I feel like, yeah.
If she ever does it again, send it this way.
Or that'll be your cue to come out here and,
They're not accepting visitors right now.
Well, when you get the opportunity is what I said.
Mm.
So when we have the opportunity, when everybody's safe, and you're not going to bring a common cold with you, or COVID.
COVID?
Actually, we can call it the common COVID at this point. It's starting to get a...
I don't want to give it nicknames. I want it to go away.
It's not a nickname. It's a reality.
Ugh.
But this is a happy podcast. Filled with...
I'm so happy!
Yeah,
I feel the energy.
Well, you could be energized without...
Charity is fun.
Charity's great, man.
No, we did... How much are we at now, Noob? With the extra life for the kids?
$701.56.
$701.56. How many did we have? How many money dollars did we have last year for the kids, Noob?
Money dollars. Okay, well, I looked it up, and we started last year on October 4th, and we had 0. So, but
It's the 13th of September right now.
yeah, but
So
the thing is, we
people
didn't start as early. I thought we had started earlier last year. I was under the impression we had started late September. I guess it was early October because I started with Snow Bear, which
Mhm.
oddly enough, we'll be doing it the same. Is it? Oh my god, we're doing it the same day again. What? Oh, that's weird.
wow.
No, October
spooky.
3rd. No, we're doing October
Close
3rd.
enough.
He might do it October. If he does it October 4th, that's weird.
It's a sign, full circle.
Yeah, but about 4 weeks into the charity fundraising, not fun. I keep calling it fundraising. It's not fundraising. Is it fundraising?
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's fun-
You can still call. I keep
fundraising.
thinking of fundraising like it's like I always get confused because to me fundraising is like raising money to be able to do the event. I always have that in my head for some weird reason.
No. The event is the fundraising. Like people
Right.
are putting towards a
Yeah.
cause, and that is what is being. Yeah, it's what's up.
God, English sucks. Okay.
It sure
Or
does.
just mine does. Either way. But yeah, 4 weeks in last year. So that was a week before we did Extra Life. We were at 515. And now we are 2 weeks into a 3-month-long Slamma-Jamma, and we're up to 701. So
Pog.
I am ever so grateful for literally everybody who is putting their best foot forward this year, especially during like a tougher year. And making more people's lives better in a time when they definitely need a more help than on average. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I it's always interesting to watch numbers, but it's even more interesting to see how, what I really want people to get is not, feel more pressure to donate more money or smash records or stuff like that. I want to get to that point where people are so excited about Extra Life that they want to support because it's Extra Life time, not because, we're setting out and beating that Thouso, or because we're trying to be, top 500 streamers on Extra Life. Like, it's not about that. I just want people to be like, hey, we're getting to Extra Life time. What are we doing this year? That's the dream for me in charity. Just the more people that want to get involved, the better it is, because it's awareness and it's fundraising, and it's an event done for others. And that's like, it doesn't get any better than that. So
I think that's a good goal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's my goal with content creation too. I think that should be everyone's goal to an extent. Yeah, making money is great, and raising money for charity is great, but you also want to make it like people want to do it. People want to support it.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Hopefully I said that correctly without you judging me. I feel you.
Oh, I
judging me.
always judge you.
I know. I feel it. Stop it.
No, I'm judging you.
I'm
Why?
also judging you, even though I'm distracted.
What? Why? Why? Why?
We were doing the podcast, not Raz Distracted Hour.
Why am I being judged? Is it because I judge everybody? Is this revenge? I don't
Possibly.
like it. Change me. Somebody change me.
Somebody have it's my something. I don't know. I was thinking of a 3 Days Grace song.
I haven't heard about 3 Days Grace in so long.
His Grace is
Jeez.
great.
Yeah, they're
I
pretty
never
good.
was super into them.
I got into them, and then their lead singer got heavy into drugs, and then he got replaced.
You guys okay though?
Yeah, no, he's not bad. It's just it's not the same, you know.
Well, but you know what? I always think about that with like people are like, "Oh, Linkin Park is dead without the singer." It's like, yeah, because the singer was the whole band, right? Like, of course that's good. But 3 Days Grace was good music with a good singer. Like, if the singer always is going to define it, that's kind of like, well, I don't want to be into a band that's only, one piece makes it amazing, right?
No, I get that.
But the new stuff with 3 Days Grace it's a different feel, but it still tries to maintain old 3 Days Grace, which I appreciate.
Speaking of old 3 Days Grace, the lead singer actually had another band after he got kicked out.
Which one?
I think they're called Saint Ambrosia or something like that.
Right. Yes.
He's got I think it's 2 good songs that I listened to. Sometimes that just changes like bands, but sometimes it's for the better. Like that one band I tell you I like a lot. They had 3 different singers if I remember correctly. The first one got kicked out for drugs. The second one got kicked out for drugs. And then we have this really, really talented dude who can sing really good.
Kicked out for drugs?
No, he's not. He's not a drugs.
He's not a drugs.
Nope, he's not. He's not one of the druggy duggies.
Druggy duggies, yes.
Yeah, no,
man, I really dislike druggy duggies.
Same actually.
Drugs are bad, and we say that
they sure are.
It's drugs are bad.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Especially hard drugs.
Well, yeah, non-prescribed drugs are not ideal.
Yeah.
And that's the fact.
Oh, I never told you.
What?
My card came in the mail.
No, you showed me.
I did?
Yeah, you put it in the TPA Discord.
Oh, yeah, I did. Sorry, that was off topic.
No, that's fine.
What was I doing? Oh, yeah, so don't do drugs, kids.
Yes, all the kids of age 20 and plus that listen to this. And that one person who's 65 plus. For God's sake, don't do drugs.
Well, it might be a kid lying about their age. You ever think of that?
Why lie and be so old?
Dude. Okay, I told you about my YouTube channel, right? My first one that I had, I can't get into because I don't know what the birthday was supposed to be. But when I checked it last, it was like an 80-year-old birthday thing. I'm like, oh.
Wait, why is it that high?
Wow.
What?
Oh, because I scrolled the hell down when I was making the account because I wasn't 13 at the time. I'm sorry. I know I broke the law.
So you scrolled all the way to the bottom.
Oh,
He's
pretty
really
close.
guaranteeing he's old enough. Really guaranteeing.
I wanted to make sure that they knew I was old and responsible enough for a YouTube channel.
Yep.
Even though I did not look 87 in the videos.
Yeah, because he was 13, but acted like 87. So really, he's just a difference of 100 years.
Oh no, I was like 11.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Why are you revealing this illegal stuff on my podcast?
Yes.
Our podcast.
Wow.
Got him.
It's not illegal. I'm 20 something now. God, I think I'm having a quarter life crisis.
You said that 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, as soon as I hit 25, it just hasn't stopped.
I don't think it stops. It never stops.
I wish it would stop.
Endless crisis.
I wish it would stop.
It's not.
Please stop. I want off this crazy train. Oh my god.
I mean, I'm older than you, and I'm not having a quarter life crisis because I learned about midlife crises and quarter life crises, and they're fake.
But are they really fake? I mean, I guess we're always perpetually in a state of having some sort of crisis, or like an existential crisis, or something.
Yeah.
So it's not a quarter life or midlife. It's just your entire life.
Yeah. It's okay, noob. I'll get back to you in 20-something years, and we'll see how your Half-Life crisis is going.
Midlife, and I learned the science behind... What do you mean? I'm not having a crisis. I'm unemployed. I hate that, but I'm not having a crisis.
Not yet.
Per se. What do you plan to do to my life that's going to give me a crisis?
No, it's going to be your midlife crisis.
I don't... Gamma, do you want to hear the science I actually learned around midlife crises in psychology?
Is it that they don't exist?
Yes, but do you know why they exist in people's minds?
Because people make it up.
Yes.
Because it's a high average of when people have shitty things going on in their life. And they're like, I regret not being a biologist. Think of all the biologies I could do if I was a biologist.
Wow.
But now I'm here, just a lowly cashier at a Denny's. No, I'm sorry. That's not right. That's not cool. I am. What?
What if they are, though? Not a bad
thing. It's a respectable job. They deal with shitty people all the time.
They're the bravest. They're the front line, for God's sake.
They sure are. Where was I going with this?
You're hitting most. Yes, Gamma. The idea is that people believe that, or they start to second guess their decisions in life, and they feel like because they see other people doing better that they start having this thing in their mind where it's like, well, where did I go wrong, and how can I remedy that so I can quote unquote catch up or do more things. So yeah, it's yes, people start to second guess, and it's around that age because, whether it's family or not having a family, it's a lot of societal pressure stuff and groupthink kind of mentalities. So
I get you.
It's very fascinating to study though, because they like kinesiology psychology was really neat because it's incredibly functional, like working with goal setting and stuff like that. So it's very fascinating to see when I have actually watched like my uncles in their 40s go through quote unquote midlife crises and learning about that in school, and I'm just sitting there going, wow, it's almost like anxiety, right? Where anxiety gets you, and post looking, like looking at it after, like, wow, why did I freak out about this? But you can't control that all the time. You could prep for it, but it just happens. And it's the same thing with midlife crises, where people are like, that was a really stupid thing that I went to go buy a motorcycle and jumped off Mount Everest. But now I look back on it, how and why, and yeah, it's just it's. I mean, it's more preventable because it's a confidence thing too, and I'm going to stop talking about it. But
I mean, if they did that, it's not really a midlife crisis. It's more of an end life crisis. If you catch my cold,
they might have caught their cold when they were up on Mount Everest riding a motorcycle.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Riding a motorcycle? What? Can you even? Is that even possible?
I'm sure there's a way. If you have enough money and nothing better to do, then yeah, there's bound to be a way. 100%.
But is it practical? Like, don't a ton of people die?
No,
on Everest? Like, why would you want to?
It's not
because you're gonna be different, Raz. You're not gonna die.
Are you trying to ride a motorcycle all the way up? Because that's not physically possible.
No, you get it helicoptered in. It's not a question of
God.
Raz, it's not a question of whether or not like it's possible to do it. It's the fact that they're going to do it because they want to do something crazy because their life is nothing and there's nothing forward, and then they start freaking out, and then they're like, I'm gonna do this crazy thing because I don't want to think about it. I just want to do a thing and make myself not be sad.
People do crazy things when they're stir crazy. Like I don't know. You can just look at 2020.
Yeah.
See what happens when you lock a bunch of people into a room.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll lose my mind and just go find a random dumpster and set it on fire and just sit there toasting marshmallows.
I won't let you. I will
Why?
not let you. That's a waste of marshmallows and a dumpster fire.
Whoa, how's it a waste of marshmallows? I would roast the marshmallows.
You're roasting it over garbage.
Yeah.
You're not eating that.
Over garbage. Yeah, then like the fumes and the...
I
don't see the issue
the
here.
fossil fuels of the world.
Oh.
I didn't say it would be a full dumpster. Geez.
Listen, if you're trying to demonstrate what I sound like when I'm in old man mood, you're doing a great job, and I'm never saying a single word in life again because you're scaring the absolute bejesus out of me. Okay, I get it. I understand. Okay, maybe I'll try and be a nicer person, less critical, and we could just let the world completely degrade, and everybody could go be wild and liberal. I don't know, but yeah.
I wish that was the case.
Actually, I've been watching a couple of political or like heavy political talking streams lately, and it's actually kind of cool to watch like a political stream that's not just people jumping down each other's throats or hating each other's opinions. Because
that's not allowed to happen. No, stop.
The thing I like the most is the like, especially when they talk. Not anti, but it's like if you look at the processes of socialism and anarchy, like there's one guy that's just like anarchy is like he's a very aggressive speaker, and he basically says like anarchy is the stupidest thing ever because of X, Y, and Z, or so God, X, Y, and Z, and
No, you said it right the first time.
No, I said it right the second time, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting to be able to watch people having discussions, but still being like passionate about their opinions, but doing it in a way where like the streamer's just like, okay, I think we're getting a little heated here. Let's just calm down and let's try and bring it back to where we were. And it's just like, wow, it's just like it's so well regulated, and it doesn't even feel like he's silencing people or keeping people down or stuff like that. It's very neat. It's very cool to watch and listen to.
I don't know. That sounds impossible. That sounds very impossible to me.
Gamma, there are pockets. There are pockets on the internet, and I would also like to be one of those pockets one day. Not so much maybe about politics, but just about being the positivity and not being a quote unquote positivity streamer, because that's just out the window wild.
Positivity.
I'm a positive streamer.
You're not allowed
positivity.
For all your positive, I'll be negative.
But it can't exist. You can only be positive in my positive only chat.
No.
Blessed by a Christian Minecraft server.
No, I'm gonna be very negative. I don't like the pants you're wearing right now. They're not very fancy.
Ha! Joke's on you, I'm not wearing any pants. Pants-free podcast.
I'm
No one can see you. You could just take off your pants right now.
I mean, you're not wrong. Excuse me for a second.
No, I mean, you're wearing underwear, right? It's not like you're just hanging out there in your basement of all places. Like, people go down there. Like, why would you do that? As we found out Friday. Like, come on.
Wait, what?
What?
As we found out Friday.
Yeah.
His mom just comes down to work out. She's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Oh, no.
Put on some pants, you fucking freak.
Oh,
okay,
no!
But look, I've talked about this before with my parents, right? Because yes, we respect privacy and all that, and I don't want to see anybody walking around none of that shit, right? But simultaneously, like, remember the process that they took to create us, and on top of that, you know, like, they took care of us for the first few years. I'm not saying they have a right, but they sure as hell have, like, it's not as weird as people make it. Like, I'm not saying I'm just gonna walk around and be like, sup, and my mom's like, what in the fuck? No. Like, it's you know, it's just that, it's that acceptance of, yep. You know, it's just that yep mentality of, yep, that happened. When you were a kid, young child, they had to deal with you shitting yourself and showing through. I had to like cover it with a sweater and stuff. That didn't happen to me personally, but I've seen it happen. You know, it's just that understanding, you know? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Probably should have brought this up to the sex ed teacher.
I'm the sex ed teacher.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
All right, so I got my pants back on, and
wait! You put them back on?
Yeah.
Why?
Cause.
Oh, now all of a sudden we're a formal podcast.
Whoa! Wait! What?
Well, you never heard that? Like when you're doing webinars, pants is formal.
What else are you wearing? Just shorts?
No, just nothing. Like you don't have to. Like, here's the thing: people look for suits, right? So if they want you to be in full formal, they're going to look for some element of pants. But if they're just like semi-formal, casual wear, like casual at home, for some people it's just everything out, right? Like just freaking floppy boppy all over the place. But you know, when you're on a call and maybe your boss is talking about the next big break on an advertisement for like these self-automated roller skates for the disco derbies you people go to, they're going to expect that you're wearing some form of bell bottoms. So you're going to be wearing your pants, and they're going to be like, dang, you know what? That's some good pants you're wearing right there. And that's how you get in good books with your boss. This is why I don't have a job either. Yeah, there you go.
So I'm gonna scroll down my bookmarks because I bookmarked a tweet with stuff that we were gonna talk about.
Oh shoot!
Let me just get through the Among Us memes.
Thanks.
Let me just get through the Among Us memes.
Let me just go start my own podcast on this podcast because no one's gonna mind.
Podcastception? Damn.
Podception. Potting
So,
podcast.
All right. So in between all these Among Us memes, I found one. There was a couple announcements within the last podcast, and now one of which we talked about before when it was a rumor, and that would be Super Mario 3D All-Stars.
Waste of time. Yes.
Whoa! What?
I mean, it's for the price. It's not worth it. Like you can go onto the Wii U eShop and buy those same games, right?
That's
For, like,
expensive.
$50.
I'd have to sell my soul just to get a Wii U.
Oh, you don't have your Wii U anymore. Oh, that makes
No,
sense.
I have it. It's packed up somewhere,
Oh.
being useless.
I never had a Wii U.
You can also mod your Wii U, and it's like apparently a super good console to be modded.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's like you can. It's just so much cheaper if you just stick with your Wii U, honestly. And there's the artificial scarcity thing they got going on, where it's like, yeah, it won't be available past March, and so people are gonna buy it, and then they're just gonna wait until March 31st, and then sell stuff for like $1,000 or something on eBay because they can, even though it's really dumb.
I mean, they did it with the last one, and it's not crazy expensive now. I don't think. I mean, the Wii U's dead, Raz. Wii U's dead.
Yeah,
it was dead from the beginning.
No, I
But,
mean
like,
it's even
you
more
can-
dead now.
I can't. Yeah, I mean, like you could even emulate. Like there's many options.
Oh no,
So
I meant it was dead
dying
because Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's furry.
Oh, you want to know my 3D World experience?
What was that?
So I actually got the 3D World Wii U, right? I got the Wii U and it came with 3D World.
Oh, cool.
And what happened was that I started playing the game.
Mhm.
I was the first level, right? And you know how there's like the trees that you see on the first level?
Yeah.
Like
the
you
bell
go up the
trees.
thing, there's like the little bell trees.
Mhm.
I climbed up one of the trees and I accidentally jumped into the void, and then I turned the game off and never touched the game ever again.
Oh my god.
Okay, it's good to see that I'm not the only person really disinterested in that game, but apparently it's a masterpiece.
It's really not.
I don't mean to start, annual shit on Super Mario 3D World Day.
Nope.
But I don't really give a fuck about the game. People are just making jokes that it's like the last nail in the coffin for Wii U. Because what else is exclusive to Wii U that's not on the Switch already? Or but have some other means to play?
What was that Mario multiplayer game where like you were getting chased by boos and stuff like that? That was a fun like it was like Mario parties.
What?
Like just the minigame section. I don't know, it's like some multiplayer.
Are you talking about Nintendo World?
Yeah, I think.
It was good for like 10 minutes and then you stopped playing because it got boring.
That was the average attention span of my friends. So yeah.
Man, fucking Wii Sports could keep your attention more than fucking Nintendo Land.
That's because Wii Sports is a masterpiece, dude. Bowling backwards. Where else can you do it?
When are we getting Switch Sports, huh? When are we getting Switch Sports?
I am so ready to punch my Joy-Con across the room. Get that drift on.
Dude, are they actually gonna port Wii Sports? Because
No.
I will.
No, I want
if they did, it would make billions, if not trillions.
I would get it. I would get Wii Sports for the Switch.
I'd pre-order it. I'd buy it for $80.
I would become a competitive Wii Sports player.
I would pay Canadian dollars. I would pay Canadian price for that.
Oh, that's desperate, man.
With American dollars for it.
That's desperate.
I listen. Wii Sports was just so
good.
Yeah. It was so good because it was simple. It was easy to pick up. You knew how to play the games because it was just playing the games regularly.
Yeah.
Like if I wanted to bowl, I just take the thing, I go, bam, this is down the lane, I got a strike. I wanted to do baseball, I either throw the baseball with the thing or I hit the baseball with the thing. Easy peasy.
The thing that Gamma liked the most is he doesn't have a coach telling him that he didn't make the team. That's what it sounds like here.
I've never had that situation. I've been told I made the team every time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Look at you,
Well,
Mr. I'm not in kinesiology, but made the team versus Mr. Kinesiology, who never cut it beyond mixed doubles.
Honestly, so I only played sports twice. I might as well get this out the way. One time was in middle school, where I joined the basketball team because nobody was kicked off the team, or told they can't be on the team. I was very tall for maybe 11-year-old.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
So they threw me on center, and we did not lose once that whole season. So, except for like the last game, maybe. Or no, I think we won. I don't remember. All I remember is we had a big party at my coach's apartment in a really shady part of the city.
Oh, I think you've mentioned this
Did
before.
I tell this story where my parents called the cops?
We're like out of context. It's like some old dude with a bunch of kids having a party.
I was the first kid there. That's the thing. That's why they were super worried, and they told me to call them every once in a while. And I'm like, okay. And then some kid showed up with his Xbox. I'm like, fuck that. Halo. I never played Halo before. This shit's fun. Shoot gun. And then we get a knock on the door. And the cops are like, is so and so here? And I'm like, yeah. Am I in trouble? And they're like, no, your parents called us, dumbass. And I was like, oh.
The cop told him he's a dumbass.
And then then my coach was like, what? You should answer. You should call your parents. And I'm like, oh. And then we played more Halo. And then my parents picked me up, and they were really mad. But also, I was super embarrassed because who the fuck calls? I don't know. I guess concerned parents. Never mind. I was gonna say who the fuck calls cops on their kid's coach, but then I'm like, you know what? I realize what times we live in.
It happens.
I take that back completely. Okay, but there was that, and then in high school, I technically only went for a year and a half, and the first year I kind of went partially. So the first semester or the first quarter or whatever, I had an engineering class which was taught by the school's football coach for some reason. And I'm like, okay.
Interesting.
Yep. That class was a bunch of bullshit. We just played Counter-Strike against each other, LAN with all the computers.
Oh, that sounds sick, dude.
It was. Oh, actually, this is how I made my friend Lorenzo. So we were in the same class, and we would all play Counter-Strike, and everybody had like this one kid had a USB flash drive. We could install it on all the computers and stuff, and he would share it around. And we'd be playing in the middle of class when we're supposed to be doing our work. Now, Lorenzo's a smart kid. He finishes his shit super fast because he's a smart dude. And I don't. We're sitting in the back corner of the class playing Counter-Strike, and I notice the coach coming, but Lorenzo doesn't. So he walks up behind us. I fucking alt-tab super fucking fast. Like, immediately as soon as I notice him. And Lorenzo's still playing, and the coach comes up behind him. He's like, it's basically are you winning, son? Are you winning, Lorenzo? And Lorenzo jumps like 5 fucking feet. It was hilarious. Yeah, no, the coach would always get super mad when he saw us playing Counter-Strike. But it was fun times. But anyway, so he asked me to join the football team, and I'm like, okay.
Oh boy.
And then I'm like, all right, I'll join the football team. And then we get to summer camp. And this was around the time I started getting like super sick and stuff. I think I did the camp for about a week because it was training. Like we had to, pump iron and run a lot in really hot weather because this is Florida and it's hell. So about a week into it, I'm just like fucking dying. There's this one time where I ended up just throwing up and falling on the floor. I didn't pass out, but I'm like, I'm going home. So I went home, and then I never actually like joined the football team specifically. Like I didn't actually play in any games. I just joined.
You could have been the next Peyton Manning, and we'll never know.
I mean, I would have been fine if I wasn't sick.
Well,
Like it would have been all right. But that was when my whole stomach disease thing started, and I didn't know.
Stomach
Like,
disease thing? Wait, this is new to me.
Well, I guess
What?
they call it a stomach disease. It's something called eosinophilic esophagitis.
Oh, that's
And it
a long word.
Oh, yeah, I know. You get used to
drop it like
we
that.
just we just call it EOE.
Okay.
It's like a thing with the esophagus and like lymph nodes and shit. And I would always get so sick, and it would just like leave me so fucking lethargic. I would just lay in bed. You could ask my friends like Lorenzo and them, and they would tell you like it was almost impossible to get a hold of me because I would sleep for like 16 hours a day. Just after throwing up, and then just lay down and then be like, and then I'd get up at like 8 at night, and I'd get some food, and then I'd pass the fuck out again. It kind of sucked, but at least I had time for Minecraft. Fun times. Where was this story going again?
You were talking about sports.
Yeah, so I technically was part of a football team for like a week.
That's pretty cool.
Before I quit because physical health.
I mean, you're part of a football team.
Wii Sports is cool.
I think the only two sports I've ever played were soccer and golf, but I didn't even like officially learn how to play soccer or anything. It was just like a thing that we had in elementary school that was like it was called noon sports, right? And a bunch of kids got together and just made sports teams. Wow. And then a teacher put them all in a bracket. And we just kind of played soccer against each other. Or there was one season that was flag football, but I was like, I don't want to get obliterated by people, so I'm gonna not.
I tried soccer once actually. My parents threw me in a soccer team. And
Oh,
the ball would come my way and I would pick it up and I would hand it to the kids because I didn't want them to beat me up.
Oh. But I think the sport I've been the most proficient at is golf, but I haven't touched it in a long time.
That's actually surprising. You usually don't see many people play golf, from what I've seen, at least around here. It's an interesting sport.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's kind of like a resident sleeper sport to watch, but like I like actually playing it.
No, playing it's way different. If you're watching it, you kind of have to know what's going on and be like really invested.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's just like, get over with.
I don't know what my entire sport watching tier list is, but I would put, if I were starting from the bottom up, I would put baseball at the bottom, followed by golf. Because, like, for some reason, I don't know why, I can just not get engaged into baseball games, and I have no idea why.
It's a non-engaging sport.
I just can't do it. I really can't. But why do you say it's not engaging, Noob? Because like I feel like I need someone who's more of a sports person than me to explain it, because I have no idea. I can't put into words. I just know that.
Okay. First of all, like I do have preferences on sports that I want to watch and see and stuff like that. I only shit on like baseball and golf and stuff like that because I just like other games and funny haha. But for me, when I went to watch baseball, like I went to go watch one Jays game, and I used to watch it on TV to try and just get into it, right? Like, just try every sport out, see if I like it, want to watch it, just put it on the background, stuff like this. For me, the issue I have with watching baseball is I get the conflicting feeling of, man, it's so cool to see the mind games between pitcher and batter, and man, why does it take 9 years for one pitch to happen? Right? Like the speed and the complexity throws me off. I would rather watch chess because the complexity in chess is so wild and they're on a 5-minute time frame. Right? Like I'm okay with watching sports for hours. I watch soccer. But Like it's just like there's so much going on and there's so much to pay attention to. Is like that breaking point when the pitcher's about to go whap, that type of thing. But it's just there's something about it where I sit there going, it's almost like the payoff doesn't come out, right? Like all these mind games, and then a man ran to a base. Whoa!
You know what?
That's how I feel about it.
We have listeners who are very invested in baseball.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to, in the comments or whatever, or some way to communicate with us, feel free to explain why you like it so much, or what we're kind of we're probably misconstruing something. I don't know. Like what's engaging about it?
Like I want to know, like genuinely, because because so many people love it, and it's just one of those things that it feels like I don't get for some weird reason. You know?
Yeah, I get that. I'm sure people could say the same thing about sports that I like, which I think. Oh my god, what sports do I like?
What sports do you like, Emma?
I don't know. I guess basketball's alright, I guess. Bowling's okay. I don't actively look at sports now that I think about it. I'm not too into that. I think I've always been put off by, like, you know how people get like super mad or super excited about like their team doing good or bad?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that. I don't understand the whole just aggression based off of that stuff. Like, I get you want a team to be like good and stuff because you're the one you're rooting for that team, so it's got to be they got to do good, you know. I don't get it. I don't understand.
It's just like for me because I have family members like that. You know, like Green Bay Packers and Italy, especially during the World Cup. Italy. But like the whole like Italy versus Portugal thing when it comes to soccer and things like this. Like it's just something that gets passed down, right? I invested into it when I was younger because I didn't know any better. But the more I looked at it, I'm just like, why the fuck do I hate Portuguese people because we hate them in soccer? Like why? Right? Like it doesn't make sense to me either. It's something, you know, where, for example, you know, my uncle told me like we don't like the Portuguese because we've always had a war. It's historical and it's passed down through like it's always a generational thing, right? Like if you pass it down, it's no different from anything else that. You know, man, why do you love cheesecake? Because your family has had cheesecake for the past 100 years, and that's like, why do you have cake, right? Why do you have cake for your birthday? Because that's just a tradition, right? So that's what people treat it like with sports as well. And on top of that, I mean, like I get passionate over certain esports, right? I like Team Solo Mid for League of Legends, mainly because I was invested in some older players and. Now I just like seeing like just good teams, but you know I've had that type of investment. It's just something you do to feel like you're involved. Sometimes it makes me think it's like, man, I can never be this good. So what if I just felt like I was a part of the team? Now I'll just feel good about myself. But I mean, it's just you know, it's no different from liking your favorite streamers or stuff like that. The aggressive part about it, I don't know why people fight over it. I think those people are just childish to begin with. It doesn't matter about sports. I think you could have them talk about their favorite beer and they probably punch the shit out of each other over it. So, or like their favorite Hello Kitty character. Like it wouldn't matter what topic. I think those people are just shitty representations of being passionate about something.
Man, that little penguin dude from Hello Kitty is adorable. If anybody thinks that he's not the best character, they can shut the fuck up.
Okay, okay, hold on though.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
There was a fight, like an actual fight at a comic book shop over what type or what color was the best in MTG. Dude, I have never seen so much Dorito dust fly in a singular stuff. Like it was amazing. Like 3 punches were thrown and they were both so fucking exhausted after 3 punches. They're just like, dude. What?
Dude, nerds get so upset about everything.
Like it's not just nerds. It's just you have to remember that the thing about gaming culture is why I love why I love the human condition, but hate it at the same time, right? You don't want to shit on people for getting passionate, right?
Right.
But then you also have to critically examine how passionate, because I'm passionate about streaming, right? But I'm not going to die on a hill to tell people that, Twitch is the #1 platform because I stream on Twitch, right? I'm not going to die on a hill telling people, go watch my channel because I'm literally going to cure cancer. Like, I'm not that type of person. And there are people out there who are like that for more than just because they want exposure or shit like that, right? But, like, to be so passionate about something to the point where it becomes toxic is a big problem in games. And not even just sports at a professional level. Like, it's everywhere, right? And generally, once again, that comes from a lack of self-respect and recognition. People feel small dink energy and they feel like they need to prove themselves because they've never been recognized, or they've never understood how to accept recognition, or if they never read recognition. Because I've had that too, right? I used to remember we would talk a lot about people who never got the attention. But the thing that people never tell you is, what if they had recognition and they just never learned to see it? Because that's something too, right? You might feel like you're underappreciated, but it might not be an other person thing. Maybe you're just not paying attention and recognize that maybe people are actually appreciating you and you're just fucking tone deaf to it because you never knew what to feel and what to look for, right? You don't actually listen to thank yous, or you don't, like, that happens. You don't, but you never talk about it because it's an unpopular thing to think about, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you're not getting the recognition on Twitch, for example, the first thing you think of is, well, where the fuck are the viewers, right? No one in the beginning, even myself, no one blames anyone but others. No one blames themselves. Nobody's that good in the beginning, unless you have training, right? Everyone always blames something else before themselves because you don't want to be a problem. It's the same thing with like being that passionate. But yeah, like they basically had it only became aggressive because like one guy stole another guy's cards, and it's just like that's just childish as hell and expensive. I would also get aggressive if somebody starts like trying to crinkle my $140 singular card for a tournament deck. I would get pissed too. That's a lot of money. So
yeah.
It's very fascinating. Like I said, my favorite things to study were hypermasculinity and hegemony, and all the social stuff within it. I could talk about that for decades. Please stop me.
Okay, stop.
Okay.
I mean, he asked, so. I forget how we got here. Oh yeah. We were talking about the 3 All-Stars originally.
I agree with Raz though. I really think that, like, I don't like the Disney Vault feature. I've never liked the quote unquote vaulting feature. I always think it's scummy, and I don't understand why you're literally baiting. It's no better than loot boxes with baiting people into the promise that you could get this now, right? Like it's not the same concept, but it's that whole bait thing of limited time, putting the pressure on consumers. And again, these are like, it's not just our age. You're selling to parents now who grew up on this game or on these games, and maybe you're pressuring them like, you want to show your kids what it was like to play Super Mario 64 just in the modern era, right? Her. Like, I don't like that feeling. I know it's not just that, but I agree. Like, it also disappoints me with, are we going to get N64 GameCube ports? It doesn't have to happen, but
I would
really
like
does
that.
make you think.
I would like that a lot. Please do. Please
Well,
give me
yeah,
those ports.
it would be cool, right? Because people do want that, even if they don't want that, right? You know what I mean? Like, we already got the NES and SNES games coming back, but that is kind of concerning to think, like, what makes N64 and GameCube games so special that we can't have? I know it's a little bit more complex, but it's just, are you going to start doing more of that? Because not everybody's into that. I get that some people will just be like, my money, my rules. Sure, of course, no problem. But there's also the whole, just why? It just doesn't make sense. Other than for money reasons. I can't think of a reason outside of making it special. You know what I mean?
I mean, I get where you guys are coming from, and I understand that completely. I guess I'm just a sucker because I super pre-ordered it and bought it, and I just I like playing things on like official hardware. I don't know what it is about it, along with the fact that I can get 16:9 actual like the game in 16:9. Like,
But would you?
I don't think Super Mario 64 is in 16.
Yeah, that's not because it would look horrible.
Yeah.
But plus I think like the camera and stuff weren't really meant for that because you'd be like clipping into the walls and stuff if it was. But yeah, the other games like Sunshine was like my main game. Like I played the hell out of that. I never beat it, but I played the hell out of it.
Woo.
Yeah, those red coins sucked. And I picked it up. I'm excited for it. I'm not gonna probably play it when it comes out, but I don't know. I'd have to see.
I think we're different consumers, Gamma. I think Raz and I are more similarly to the way that, and there's no right way, right? Like as long as you're not being damaging with your finances, we don't care. Nobody cares, right? Yeah. But I think Raz and I are kind of, I can't speak for her, but I feel like her and I kind of look at things as sort of if I see SNES and NES being brought to the Switch, I want to see what they're going to do before investing and going, okay. Like, it would be nice to play Super Mario 64 again, because I, again, sold it for $5 as a kid, and I hate it.
Oh, you poor dumb sucker.
I was like 9.
Well, no, you know what? I can't say that, because I had a friend who sold me Paper Mario, regular Paper Mario, for $10.
Oh, really?
Oh, my copy. He was a really cool dude, though. He was just tired of the game, and I'm like, yo, I like this game. It looks fucking cool as shit. And I'm like, yo, I'll buy. How much do you want for it? He's like $10, and I'm like, let me get my mom's wallet.
That's great.
No, I asked my parents for the $10, and he super let me buy it, and now I still have that copy because Paper Mario's fucking awesome. If you look at the first couple entries. I still need to play Origami King. I'm gonna wait till that goes on sale though, because Origami King is
I agree.
It's new and expensive. But I guess back to the whole like the 3D All Stars thing. Like I agree with you guys. Like some of the practice is scummy. Like I don't like the Vault thing. That's fucking stupid. But I like physical copies of things, and it's for. Because I'm trying to get like physical copies of what I can for the Switch. Because I don't trust digital marketplaces. Because sometimes things get pulled off digital marketplaces and then there's no way to play them.
Of course.
That's happened with several Wii U or several games. Including one of the games that got re-announced for coming out in the end of the year. Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the video game.
Oh, yeah.
Which has been unavailable to purchase for 10 years now.
Yep.
It was a really good game. And it was... I don't trust digital. I don't trust digital at all. I will never trust digital. You cannot make me trust digital, like, purchases.
That's like my girlfriend. She hates buying digitally, right? I like the physical, too. Like, I literally have no problem with the physical. My only issue is the Vault. That's literally my only issue with all this.
I get that.
Because, like, it exists. It's not like it's actually going away. They're just making an excuse to sell it for a limited time because they can.
And then it gives people excuses to sell it for $2,000 on Amazon. Like, legitimately, right?
Yeah,
like, literally, I would buy, if I like those 3 games, I don't, right? I don't find the appeal to Mario, Sunshine, or Galaxy. It's clearly not in my interest. But, like, I would buy Super Mario 64 if I didn't feel like I was on a time limit for ever buying a video game. Why the hell would I want to be on a time limit for that? And that's what bothers me, because then I'm concerned what the future is going to look like. What if I want Destruction Derby back, man? I would buy Destruction Derby 64 in Skies of Arcadia in a fucking heartbeat. But not if they're going to tell me between August and, like, February 9th at 4:20 p.m., right? Like, I don't like that concept, because I don't want that to happen to future games that people like. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you, Gamma, to have to go buy Paper Mario for the N64 as a remastered. Like, can you imagine they remastered, like, 1,000 Year Door and stuff like that? And told you had 17 days to buy it? I would hate that. I don't want them to get that
7 copies, Noob. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm saying, Gamma, like,
you gave me the sweats just now. I got the chills.
I know, but I don't want you to feel under pressure to have to buy it, because I know you and I would both buy it and eat it up but I don't want them to have that power over us simply because they can, and it's a money thing. Like, it's not anything else. It's a money.
Call me a sheep, but I'd sell a kidney for that shit. Holy. No, like, I get that. I also agree that it's scummy practices limiting, like, release for
no
certain
reason.
things.
Like, there's no reason to it. That's what I don't like. Otherwise, physical all the way. I don't like the concept of only going digital. I get it's more eco-friendly, and I'm a big eco-friendly guy, right? And also, yeah, it is better digital because you can transfer it. You don't have to worry about the disc breaking and buying a whole new game, right? At the same time, I hate that consoles would go like the Xbox going completely freaking online only. That's dumb as shit. Why? Like, why should it's like the computers that are complete apps on the like they're apps only. What's it called? Like they're just like you download the apps from the cloud and nothing gets saved onto the system. I get that it makes your system probably be way stronger because you can add more stuff in it. You have no internet connection, you're screwed.
If you have shitty internet like me,
yeah, if
that
you don't have internet,
just drops.
And
then
computer,
you're like,
the computer is a necessity. It's not a thing that you buy when you have the money for it. You need it now, right? Like your life depends on having that digital access. So like that's why, I like digital games. I just don't like the vault. And at the same time, because Gamma, I don't have that trust, man. I have Rogers. I can't trust online only.
I get that, and I agree with you. Like that's the reason fucking Stadia doesn't work.
Yeah. That's why I think it's dumb. Otherwise, I think it would be a brilliant idea if we had access. I'm not saying that things can't go wrong, right? Like, you're going to have outages, power outages, internet outages. That's going to happen. I don't think we're even remotely close to making that look viable. You know what I mean? Like, not in the slightest.
Now that you've brought up these old games and you're talking about Destruction Derby 64.
Oh, yeah.
Talk me out of not spending $26 on a boxed copy of it.
Why wouldn't you, dude? That's amazing. I'd pay $26 for that game.
I don't have the $25 right now, or $26 right now.
Okay, so don't buy it. Don't be wallet toxic. No, don't be
wallet toxic. Should.
Gamma, keep your wallet in your pants. Noob. Keep everything in your pants, Gamma. Get the pants and put everything in it. Put everything in the pants. Put it in the pocket. Put it in the pants. Keep it in your pants, dude.
Come on, dude. Look at this, though. It's a box copy.
Gamma, I don't care if it gives you the tinglies for the finglies. I want you to keep it in your pants.
My finglies, the tinglings.
Nah, I don't care, man. You keep the finglies going.
Look at it, dude.
Gamma, I don't need to look at it. The game is gorgeous. I think I still have the box. I'll give you the box.
Man, dude, I wish I kept my boxes. That's the one thing I regret is not saving my boxes.
I still have all the DS and 3DS. And N64, N64, maybe not, but I have the Wii, DS, 3DS, some GameCube, and all of my Switch cases. Because that's one thing I do keep, just to track how much I buy. It's a financial thing, not so much of I have the case and I can treat it as legacy lately. No, yeah.
If it's a disc, if it's a disc, I keep the box. If it's like cartridge, like N64 was, I would always throw it away.
Yeah, same.
Because when I opened them up, they would get ruined. Yeah, I didn't know how to open up boxes. Yeah, I was a stupid fucking kid. I was like 4 or 5.
I still break them, dude. I still break boxes and envelopes.
Oh,
I was like, the stamp, and I'm like, but Rippy.
No.
Dude, I love the letter opener. When I learned about what a letter opener was, I'm like, oh my god.
When you didn't know there was
no, because I would always use my finger, and I cut it, or I wasn't strong enough because I have baby hands. So my mom's like, here, use this. I'm like, what is this? A shank? She's like, no, it's a letter opener. And I'm like,
oh yeah. Wait, my dad always uses letter openers or like knives even, and they're super effective.
Yeah, no, but like the letter opener is not a knife. The letter opener is like this unique thing that cuts through the thing, but it doesn't have serrated edges. So you're just like, and then it just goes like it's like one of those sharp slashes you see from a samurai show. You're like, oh my god, I have the power to read my taxes faster. Yes, and then I would actually make like little sounds every time I would cut them. Like,
man,
I'm lame. Okay, I'm sorry.
I can just imagine you being super proud of yourself,
dude. Tax time's like yes. Guts open, and then I put like underhand, not just like the normal way where people hold it like palm up. No, I have like palm down and do like the whole like 90-degree elbow, like Yeah, I don't know how my girlfriend deals with me. I'm a gem, but not the gem that most people would want. I'm Topaz, which is funny because that's also my birth gem.
You know, all this talk about re-releasing stuff and just if they did that, even if it was just for the certain amount of time, like I'm actually looking at some prices right now, and I'm looking at 2 games. That you brought up, Super Mario 64, which is in the bundle.
Yep.
And Paper Mario.
Yeah.
So Super Mario 64 used to be about $50 loose.
Mm-hmm.
And take a guess what it is right now.
120.
No, it's like $36 loose.
Oh. Okay.
That was a massive drop.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty large drop. If they released Paper Mario for the Switch, instead of it being a grand total of fucking $75, it would have that kind of drop. You'd be able to get it for like a reasonable price.
Well, yeah.
Like them re-releasing this stuff would just kill like the hoarders market.
Yeah.
Because there are people that just sit out there they don't have any fucking life, and they hoard games so that other people can't have them and they can sell them for a high price.
Yeah, but they're no different from the people who hoard hand sanitizer and fuck those people. So you know.
Yeah, exactly. They're no different because they're the exact same people.
Yeah, they probably have it right next to their like 9 copies of the Pokewalker.
Mm-hmm.
Which I still have, by the way. Never opened, never touched.
I don't know where my Pokewalker went. It's somewhere in my boxes, probably. I don't know. Fucking. Oh, that was a while ago. Sorry, I'm just scrolling down the list of stuff. What's some games you would love to see re-released on the Switch? Like not like HD remake, maybe just a couple, like maybe just like an aspect ratio thing. At most, kind of like how they did with Sunshine.
1,000 Year Door, definitely 1,000 Year Door.
Oh, that's easy. That's not even a question.
But I mean, that's what I want.
Yeah, but hit me with something that's not that.
Oh, interesting.
Like it can be N64, GameCube, whatever the fuck. I don't care.
Oh, dude, give me XD Gale of Darkness. Ooh.
Please, can we get Coliseum and XD in like one remake?
No, just make it like 2 games in one. It's got to be doable. On the
they could do a double pack. They could definitely do a double pack. They can make that 16:9 too, because I think it actually has the progressive scan. If I remember right. Yeah. But I think the company that made them is under, if I remember right.
Did it go under? I know they were in charge of there was another Pokemon spinoff. Was it Puzzle League or Picross? Or I think it's Picross or something.
Puzzle League was only available in America because America made it.
I don't remember.
Who made Pokemon Coliseum? I can't spell Coliseum. There
Genius
we go.
Sonority.
Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty sure they're no longer a company.
Oof! I thought they were owned.
Let's find out.
Or something.
Are they? Are they still a thing?
I thought they were still making like spin-offs or something.
Oh, they are. I'm a huge fucking liar. They made Coliseum, Gale of Darkness.
Yep.
Troze.
Oh, Troze.
Battle Revolution.
They did make BR, and they had the same composer. And every time I listened to the BR music, I was so happy, and I was like, yes.
The fuck is Dempa, man?
What?
What
is that
the
like
hell?
a completely different thing?
That's weird. I don't know. It looks weird. Troze Battle or whatever. Dempa Men again. Pokemon Shuffle, which actually isn't that bad.
I remember Shuffle.
Oh, and they made Cafe Mix.
Oh, so they're still doing things. They are
still
out
It'd be
there
nice
doing
if they were
things.
working on a re-release of their first 2 games, because it's their first 2 games, Coliseum and Gale of Darkness.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like saying Camelot should work on if Camelot was still around, they should work on Golden Sun.
Yeah, I would say that 100%.
I mean, dude, if Golden Sun would actually get a bigger console release, oh my god, I would actually sell my kidneys for that. And I don't say that ever. I mean, the easy one for me is you give me a sequel to Skies of Arcadia, and I start crying like a man who's just seen his firstborn child come out of my wife, and at the same time also receiving a Nobel Prize for whatever.
Why are you also receiving a Nobel Prize?
No, like that, like the amount of elation from just doing that amount of work and receiving that level of prestige all at once.
Oh, you gave me an idea. Okay, I got a little thing I want you guys to think about. You can say it today, or you can think about it and maybe say it next week if you want.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to clarify there. You guys know there's a difference between re-release and remake, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So re-release is just the base game released on a newer console.
Okay.
Remake is completely from the ground up redone.
Right.
Kind of like how Final Fantasy remake.
Got it.
Or
Yes.
Resident
Yes.
Evil, or
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
or
Okay.
Resident
Yeah.
Evil. Okay.
Or Final
So-
Fantasy 7?
yeah,
Yeah,
what he was
remake.
saying, yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of a both? Or is
No,
that
it's a remake.
It's a remake. Okay.
Re-release is the same game but released on a current console. So here's the deal.
Okay. Yeah.
You can pick one game for each, and it happens. They announce it tomorrow. What games do you want to hear? I'm giving this to everybody listening too, by the way. If you're listening on YouTube or you're on one of the Discords, feel free to just make a little thing and say why.
Oh, that's hard.
I'm gonna go with for re-release would definitely be Thousand Year Door. Remake, I would love to see Sonic Adventure 2 remade. Completely
Well,
from the
we
ground
just
up.
lost all viewership in our podcast.
Listen, if the game was made well, it had all the same qualities like the Chow Garden. It had it could have the same story. I don't care. If it was just better, I would lose my fucking mind because that's probably one of my favorite games of all time. So I would definitely take a Sonic Adventure remaster, the second game, preferably. I wouldn't mind the first one either, though. Just remade in a way that worked. You know, instead of really shitty camera angles and really bad controls. All right, serious scam off. What about you guys, huh? What do you...
Jeez, I don't know what I'd pick. I feel like my nostalgia goggles really just want Pokemon Coliseum and XD to be re-released.
That's okay.
Um,
I would give you a double pack for that. You could consider a double pack re-release.
yeah.
Re-release or remake though.
I don't know how a remake would. I don't know if it's. I mean, it's possible, but
Like
it
better
would take-
textures, new Pokemon system like with the physical and special split
Yeah,
and new
I don't know
moves and
how
whatnot.
that would work unless
They did it with Fire Red, right?
when
Oh,
they
yeah.
added the Savvy Islands and stuff.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
They added
or Heart Gold, Soul
content.
Silver, where it actually had the physical special split.
Yeah, which is why
True.
people think it's probably the best remake of all time out of the
It is.
Pokemon games.
Yeah,
I-
I
I'd
don't
be
think
close.
I would get a Coliseum remake just for a physical special split. I don't think
Okay.
that's worth
well, there'd
it.
be a lot added to that. There'd be like new Shadow Pokemon, which would be cool.
Yeah,
but,
and
like,
it
But then
and it
you'd
would
have
be
to,
able to
like,
reconnect-
rewrite the story. Not
It would
maybe
be
not
able to connect
rewrite
with
it, but like, there's a
Pokemon
lot
Home.
of-
Fuck it.
Just,
I feel like
Pokemon
there's a
Home.
lot of reworking that would have to go into that.
just Super Juice
Yeah.
Lugia. That's all that matters.
Ew, go away.
Because now Lugia gets multi-scale and stuff like that. So
oh god,
Yeah,
Shadow
They would not give it multi-scale.
I would want them to if they have to redo it. Make
That'd
it the
be
ultimate. It's supposed to be the ultimate Pokemon, right? Like
No,
it's
that's
supposed to
me
be
too.
his
Ultimate
main
Shadow
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Yeah, it's the ultimate Shadow Pokemon, right? It's kind of like Primal
Yeah.
Dialga, where
I just realized all of Coliseum and XD was double battles, wasn't it?
yep,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
time to get the rotation battles in.
BGC,
Hey,
let's
Oh,
go.
jeez. Oh my god.
Game Freak new.
Oh my god.
Genius
Making a game.
Sonority new.
Literally for the people who like VGC. Oh
I mean,
god.
that's probably what bred all the VGC people, to be honest.
Because they played 2 Pokemon games that were purely
Amazing, yeah.
well, purely double battles.
Yeah.
And also amazing, but you know.
Both. Okay, so you would say the Pokemon GameCube games in a bundle for re-release. I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what would you pick for a remake, Raz? You can take a minute to think. I could talk about something else while you guys are thinking.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about this. I feel like I had something on the tip of my tongue, and I just completely lost it.
Yeah, no. The only reason I was so quick to it is because these are games that I've thought of this before, slightly. So I kind of just threw those out. There's a lot more I would love, but those are the ones. Those are like my dream ones. Like I'd be like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, dude. If I could just get a Chow Garden that's even more fleshed out than the one before, that's the whole reason I played the fucking game.
He's a Chow Garden expert.
I literally bought Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for
just for the
PC,
chows?
just so I could play fucking Chow Garden. Where is it? How many hours do I have in this game? I specifically played 20 hours just to play Chow Garden.
I mean, I played Bomberman just to play like the monster grinding minigame mode, so I understand that.
Yeah, no, it's like, plus it was if I had to calculate all my times on games, like what's the highest, it would definitely be Sonic Adventure 2, like at the top. My GameCube would be on 24/7 with that fucking game. There was a point where I could recite the whole fucking like story verbatim.
Oh my goodness.
I was a mess.
You know what I want?
What
I want?
Hit me.
I want Battle Revolution, except for with an actual story mode.
Battle Revolution?
Yeah, it's the game that came after Coliseum and XD, and I was really disappointed because it was made by the same people, but was basically just another Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah.
But now we have the Pokemon games with like that. It's just the story and actual battle mechanics. Well, no, I get that, but what I'm saying is, the whole reason for Stadium and Stadium 2 is because they were on a portable and you didn't see them in 3D.
That's
Same thing with Game Boy Advance. The DS was like right before they changed
they were
3D.
actually
So that's
3D. Yeah.
Yeah, so
that's why I was there.
Yeah, that's why I honestly got killed off that whole kind of like concept. Having like a separate game for like just battling.
Mm-hmm.
Although I wouldn't mind just having Showdown in 3D as a game.
I'm gonna make it one day.
Instead of just having to work for it, just being able to
man.
do that and completely just demolishing the barrier to entry.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be
ultimate database for that, sure, man.
Yeah, nah, for sure. God.
Let's go what I actually want for a remake, though. I don't know.
You know, it'd be a fun re-release. Or no, I don't want a re-release for this one. I want a remake for it. I never actually even played the game fully through. I've watched the rest of it. Legend of Dragoon. I want the Adventures of Dirt in 3D.
Oh shit.
Man, that game is severely underrated.
Why are you taking all of my games? I was sitting on that. I'm just gonna sound like a parrot.
No. I assumed you were gonna bring it up. I was just like, let's push him. Let's push him to say this one. Let's make him choose this one.
I've been trying to think outside the box, and that was my box.
Think inside your box.
My box is your box.
I'm asking you.
Wait, you're asking me? I thought you were talking to Rez still.
No, I want you guys to think what you want. I want you to be selfish and think about you right now.
I have
Fuck
been.
Everybody else.
I'm you.
I'm sorry that we're very similar. I don't know what to tell you. That's just ideas popping up. I already picked my two.
Let's see. Me casually looking at all of my game cases to figure out what I would want.
Do it. Fuck it. Just like think back, man. Like, what would you want to see right now? Like, what's something that doesn't need polish and what's something that needs a whole fucking rework?
Oh man.
Like I said, Sonic Adventure's a fucking mess. Sonic Adventure 2, I mean. Fucking, it's a horrible fucking mess. But if somebody went at it with, like, the right intentions and knew ways to fix what was wrong with it, like the camera, the controls, if they found a way to make the speed, like, running through a level feel good, whether it be Sonic and Shadow Speed stages, if they fix the fucking treasure hunt bullshit, fuck those levels. If they could replace them with something else.
Gamma, were you there when I was trying to figure out how to beat Pumpkin Hill and it took me like 15 minutes?
I was not, but I believe you.
It was so bad.
I believe you.
It was so bad because I didn't realize you needed to get the shards in order, and I was just like, "Are you?"
Yeah, no, Raz, I feel you, dude.
As someone who didn't grow up with the game, like I understand if you played the game as a kid and you look at someone play it for the first time and you're like, "Jesus Christ, what are you doing?" But as someone who never grew up with the game and then tried playing it, it was awful.
Dude, I feel you.
I struggled with the first boss because I was like, I don't know how to beat the boss, and it was really bad.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need the box to jump on, right? And everyone's like, no, you just have to jump. And I'm like, but height.
It doesn't feel like it though.
And it's right. Like I felt like an idiot the entire time. It was a fun meme for 2 hours, but 4 hours in, I was done, and I never touched it ever again.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, it's got a lot of bad things to it, but I love the game. Like, I always thought Sonic was a cool character, even though he was annoying as fuck. Okay, what was I gonna say? No, yeah, I feel your pain with the treasure hunting levels, because I remember at one point there was like, I played fucking Aquatic Mine for over an hour.
Oh my god! Oh!
And the worst part is the anxiety that the fucking drowning gave me.
Yeah.
So I would get halfway through and I'd be like, oh no, I gotta either get there or I gotta run.
It's like, oh, I'm in the water. I don't want to do it. I don't want to dive in the water.
I know. I don't want to be in the water. I don't want to go. Stop. I don't want to drown. Please. And then I'd dip my toe and then I'd run away.
No.
No, yeah. That the fucking Tails and Robotnik levels would be great if they could implement more like, you know it'd be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
They had that score system with like racking up combos and whatnot, but if they added some way to like make the combos better, like a character action game would, you know, like with Devil May Cry and like Bayonetta and shit,
yeah,
like just figure out ways to like make a fluid like combo thing instead of whatever the fuck that was, because I would always hold it out till the last second, then I'd let go. And it would be too late, or I would get maybe like 4 or 5, and they'd be like, oh, cool, I guess, whatever, you fucking stupid kid. And I'd be like, oh, that sucks. I want to get all the points.
You know what would get me to play a Sonic Adventure 2 remake?
What?
If they replaced Tails' targeting missile sound with something that's not as ear-piercing.
Yeah, that's another thing.
It's the worst sound effect in the entire game that I've ever heard.
If they cut the laser sound out,
like playing it myself.
Yeah, if they cut out the laser sound, I wouldn't mind if they kept like the random bullet that pops out every time you would hold it.
Like it's literally just
fine.
like that's
weird.
Yeah. And I'm like,
I hate it.
No, it's like when your microwave is beeping, but instead of doing like consecutive beeps, it's just one long beep. That
it's the long beep, and it's like the very faint like beginning part of that beep, but it just stays and it's there, and then it slowly fades away, and then it's like, wow, I didn't do shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. But yeah, that's one of my favorites. I that's why I picked that one. Like that, it's got a really solid spot in my heart. 1,000 Year Door is perfect as it is. Literally, if they gave it 16:9, it's done. There you go, easy peasy.
I would buy it because I've never owned it before, but like I would buy it if it was released.
I feel like I'm one of those weird people that doesn't like how the new Paper Mario looks. Like, I don't like Mario having an outline. I don't like the white outline. I can't stand it. It bothers me so much. And it's probably really shallow that I feel that way, but it's the truth.
Like, I get that it's supposed to be like he's cut out, but he doesn't need the outline.
That's the thing. Like, if he's cut out, that's the worst part. OCD in me wants to fucking cut off the white part. If I was cutting something out on a piece of paper, I'm not leaving a little edge on the outside. I'm cutting that motherfucker straight to the black.
Right.
Oh my god, that's probably what bothers me now that I think about it, is that it's like an unfinished job. It
Yeah.
bothers me. And then like the lighting too. Like I don't think it needs that kind of lighting. I think vibrant colors over lighting is like pretty spot on with that series for me at least.
Oh, for sure.
You know? Like I wouldn't mind it going back to even honestly Super Paper Mario is probably the last time I felt good about the art style in Paper Mario.
Mm-hmm. And then they stopped making characters. For some
No, I know the
reason.
reason. I think I've told you actually. I think I went on a rant when we started figuring out about those fucking Dougal motherfuckers that I thought was a moose for the longest time.
Yep.
Oh, you know what? That reminds me. The other day, my mom had bought the French toast sticks that we got when I was a kid, and I was really tempted to play Paper Mario. But I'll have to do that one time when I'll probably stream it or something, and I'll just get fucking French toast sticks and go to town, and I'd be like,
oh yes, that'd be fun.
That'll send me on a fucking trip. Holy shit. Oh man.
Okay,
But
I
yeah.
think I know what I would actually want.
All right, hit me.
Okay, so as I've mentioned this a couple times, but I really like the Etrian Odyssey series. Like I haven't played all the entries in the series.
I actually
to be
don't
honest,
know all the entries.
But like, so there are 5 main series entries, 2 remakes, and the final entry. Like it's the last entry in the series. They're gonna make a successor series to it, but they're not directly continuing it.
Okay.
They made like a mashup game at the end, basically, with like all the different classes and like a bunch of favorite
Okay.
songs from the 3rd game, which people consider to have like the best soundtrack and stuff like that.
That gives me a question then, real quick, Raz.
Yeah.
The only one that I know of is the one on the 360. Is that like a remake or?
No, Etrian Odyssey is a series of DS and 3DS dungeon
There's not
crawlers.
one on the. Wait, am I thinking of something else?
Probably.
Etrian Odyssey.
It's the.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was thinking of something else.
No worries.
Oh, that looks cute.
But yeah, one of the songs I had, like the first song I had for my game jams came from
Oh
this
yeah.
one. But
Oh,
yeah,
man.
if they were to remake, like, I think I've played 4, 5, the beginning of 1, but 1 is like super brutal because it's the first entry in the series. But I've played 4, 5, and 1. They've remade 1 and 2. So honestly, like between 4 and 5, I like 5 much more, and I would like to see a remake of 5 if they did bring it to like the Switch or something. Because they're making a successor series, so I think it would be interesting to see, like, in the future, if they do the successor series and then maybe go back and revisit the Etrian Odyssey games and try to make that work for the Switch. Because it's
oh my god,
it's interesting because you have to. Then it's like, how are they going to manage the fact that the entire game revolves around you drawing a map, right? Because it works great on a dual screen handheld, cough cough, DS and 3DS. But I wonder how that translates into a single screen, and I'd really like to see how they make that work. And the music is amazing, and I love the experience of playing the game.
Yeah. Dude, okay, so I pulled it up because I wanted to see, because what I got it confused with was Lost Odyssey for the 360. Does the name sound familiar? And I just looked it up, and I was like, oh, I wonder how cheap it is if I could, buy it, try it out, and whatever. Ha! It's almost $90 for the 5th one, for the 5th game.
What? Really? I bought it on release and it was like $40. What the heck?
Yeah, no, it's worth about $80 to $90 right now.
I mean, if you go to the 3DS eShop, there might still be the demo.
That's brand new. That's brand new. I'm dumb. Without its case, it's $60.
There might still be the demos in the 3DS eShop. Like, I got into 4 because I just happened to be going through the 3DS eShop one day, and I was like, gee, I never go through here. I wonder, maybe, if I go through here, if I'll find a game I like it. I sure did.
Yeah, no.
So the demos might still be there. There's a demo for 4 and 5 there if you really want to check it out. The game doesn't really hold your hand much. You draw your own map with whatever symbols you want. There was one person I was watching stream the 4th game for the first time, and people were in chat who had played the game before, and they're like, no, you have to use this symbol to mark this. But like, it doesn't really matter. It's kind of game where like you play it the way you want, and it doesn't matter how you mark things. It just matters that you know where everything you need to know on the map is.
That's a really interesting concept. Cool. I never thought of that. That's really cool. Like, you build your own map of the whole
whole dungeon.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I like that idea. That's really cool. Sorry, that's just something that's like really new to me. So I'm like, oh, I like that. Please give me that.
It's time consuming, but it's satisfying once you just have a perfectly drawn map and you're just like, yes.
Oh,
it's there.
Well, now I gotta hope for a re-release on the fucking Switch so that I can pay $60 instead of $90.
Or if they make the successor series, you know.
Yeah, that too.
Invest in that.
Did they have a name for that yet, or?
No, I just heard. I think it was when they released the last game of the series. They said they were working on another series as a successor. I'm excited for whatever it is. Whenever it is, I'm gonna buy that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that later for sure. Just because I want to see what the deal with that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like a really interesting concept for a game, and I'd love to see that as well. Like, if that ever comes up, please let me know, because I'm down to look.
Will do.
Let's see. All right. So that would be your remake or re-release? I'm assuming re-release. Your what?
Maybe a remake? Because like the remakes of the older games have an actual story mode to them, where they have actual characters and actual dialogue and stuff like that. Huh?
This doesn't?
No, like the main series games are just kind of, hey, you make your characters and you explore and you hope they don't die.
Oh, now I know why this is expensive as hell.
Yeah, well, it's not like super customizable. They all have different portraits you can choose from. But the 5th game has the most customizable portraits, where you can change the different colors of like their hair or their eyes or their outfits, and they also have like different voices you can give each character, like different male and female voices. But it's not like super extensively customizable.
It's not like a built-in story then.
No, I mean there's like a little. I mean, like in terms of characters, not really. But like the gist of it is that you're trying to explore this giant tree and get to the top and discover its secrets, basically.
Yeah. But by the way, I found out why it's expensive as balls. It's published by Atlas and made by Atlas. So.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's one of the lesser known series from what I understand, though. So.
Yeah. Well, that company's really good with like JRPGs, so it makes sense that they would think of something interesting and kind of flesh that out. Let's look over. Oh wait, no. You said remake or re-release? Like, because remake would be like redoing all the assets and whatnot. You said it didn't have the story.
Yeah. So, and what they did with the remakes was they redid the assets and added a story mode.
Okay.
Type of thing with like fleshed out characters and everything.
All right,
so I think if they did that with 5, that'd be cool.
So remake for A Train Odyssey and re-release for the Pokemon games.
Yep.
Okay, that's pretty fair. Let's turn over to our sleepy boy Noob, who has passed out in his chair.
What?
He's awake.
What?
No, I was joking. I was joking.
I knew.
Partially because if you were asleep, I was gonna fucking die laughing.
Well, now I'm just gonna go to sleep now.
No, tell me. You can't sleep until you tell me your answers.
Go sleep in your chair.
I don't want to. Well, now I'm just basic. Now I'm just like.
No, you're not. I'm sorry for bringing up one of your ideas. I did not.
You've brought up all of my ideas. We talked
all of them.
Yeah.
All of them?
I want 1,000 Year Door as a re-release and Dragoon as a remaster.
All right, so we have similar ideas. That's not a bad thing.
More like identical. No, okay. Let me complexify this then. Let me make this complex.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know how I feel about Golden Sun and Skies of Arcadia.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence. Re-release? Yes. Remaster? I don't know if I'd like it. Because part of the thing that made Skies of Arcadia good was the way it looked. I actually liked how bad, quote-unquote, it looked for its time. But it added to its charm, right? Like, the monsters looked really good in those graphics. The characters actually looked really good in those graphics. Like, there was a lot that I like because of its look. Same thing with the old Golden Sun. Like the thing about these games, the same thing with Legend of Dragoon, right? Like, Legend of Dragoon, I think, is the oldest out of that. So a remaster of that could make the ridiculous looking RPG elements in that be like breathtaking, absolutely astonishing, right? But there's something about the way that Golden Sun and Skies of Arcadia look that I'm just kind of like, re-release, yes, but like a remaster, I want to see some of the summons from Golden Sun, or, you know, like some of the ultimate attacks. Like, imagine Pirate's Wrath in a friggin' 4K new graphics. Like, that could probably look incredible.
I think that looks super badass.
It would look amazing. But the thing is, like, it already looks badass, right? And I feel like it looks badass because of how well they did in its time frame. And I'm not a nostalgic guy, right? But I can respect something that looked good in that. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm on the fence on all that. But 1,000 Year Door definitely is a re-release. Legend Dragoon, I believe, as a remaster would be incredible.
Yeah.
But I think a game that I'd like them to take another shot at, Pokemon Conquest.
Yeah, you know what?
Shoot, yeah.
If it was re-released somewhere, I would definitely give it a shot.
No, not re-release, remaster. I want that thing.
I'll take that.
Cleaned up, because that game had so much potential to be like a Final Fantasy Tactics, and just fell short on everything. Like, it had it all there, right? It's like the Gen 2 of tactics games. It was amazing. It looked good. All the new changes came in, and then they gave us half of all of it. Literally half of everything, right? Half of the tactics mechanics, half of the terrain development and turf wars and stuff like this, half of team building. Like, everything in there was literally half-assed. Or half completed, right? Because they couldn't execute on, or they're just like Babby's first tactics game. If they took that game, gave it the complexity of like Final Fantasy Tactics from the PS1, or even the Game Boy Advance, like A2 level maybe on the DS, like any of those tactics like games, that game could easily be top tier on off like spin-offs from the mainstream. Because I think that game would actually give what people wanted in Pokemon games. Tactical fighting, where moving around, aiming your attacks was not just a like final or a mystery dungeon thing, right?
Okay.
Like, it actually would look very like, I love the idea of a more like traditional warring Pokemon game where you're actually going to war over turfs and using Pokemon as weapons, right? Like, I'm not saying like you should only have Pokemon as weapons, but like, I think if that game was given better mechanics, and now we've got so many Pokemon to build an army out of, and we have, you know, like, we've got freaking, send me back to ancient Galarian times, or send me back to like ancient Hoenn time. Like, I know this is based in Japanese, or Japan or whatever, but Like this, like it just felt so good. It felt like it had the feel of Age of Empire campaigns when you beat the game, right? Where you could go beat on like 17 different campaigns, which were all cool. But the problem was it was still like half-assed tactics, right? It was tack. That's what it was. It wasn't tactics. So, like, if they took that game, actually gave it a full tactical rework, and improved how the attacks looked and stuff like that, and you know, like fleshed out more of the environments and things of the sort, I feel like that game would be top tier, because that game looked top tier, but it just
See, now I'm curious because you said it was like Babby's first tactics game, right?
yeah.
So do you feel like it succeeded at least at that, right?
No.
Because
No, I don't.
Okay.
Because it was too simple. It was like Mystic Quest too simple, right? That's how I felt it was like. Because the thing was, you had to go through so much shit to farm stuff, but it just felt obnoxious, right? Like there were a lot of cool ideas in it. There were a lot of interesting things that would make it look good and stuff like this. But like maybe it was meant to be Babby's first tactics game, in which case I guess. But I feel, but you know, like I don't know. Maybe it's just because I like somewhat complex tactics games, but I won't play long that'll take a long time. Like I love the idea of Darkest Dungeon and Halcyon 6 and all this and XCOM, but I don't have 100 hours to spend on a dying run, right?
Oh yeah.
Like I don't have that kind of time, but I mean I spent hundreds of hours on Final Fantasy Tactics, right? Like I spent hundreds, and that was like, well, obviously I had more time, but simultaneously, like for me, a basic tactics game would be Conquest, but it still needs to have more elements of tactics in it, right? Like, you know what I mean?
That's fair. Yeah.
Like, it just feels too basic of a tactics game to be, because the thing is, it almost pretends to be a bigger one, right? That's how I feel it is. I feel like it's trying to be a bigger tactics game, still keeping like basic Pokemon thing, because Pokemon's very good at like dumbing it all down, but creating a decent experience out of it, right? Like you don't mind. Like that's why I like Pokemon Masters for a little bit. Like it's such a basic idea, but then you play it and you go, holy shit, if they had gone like straight into like mix of Pokemon Go fighting with like a little bit more strategy, but also like just go straight into the action time-based combat, like it actually made it really good and competitive and made it PvP, that game would have been phenomenal. I would have been farming the absolute balls out of that. But they didn't, because they wanted to keep it the family friendly and happy and co-op thing. I'm like, but fuck that. That's not the only thing we like. Imagine if you had actually even just remotely invested a smidge into it. Right? Like just even a remote little into it. I don't know. Like that's how I feel about it, right?
I get that.
It's just it's maybe it's just because I'm looking for different things from the game, but
I think I'm not even sure if you would really want a remake then, but rather like maybe like another game out of it.
No, I think
I mean,
the
I
game
guess
itself was fine. I think it had enough foundations to just be like polished up and given more mechanics, right?
that's fair. Yeah.
Like it was cool to still have like the weaknesses for Pokemon and maintain that, and like the way you acquired turf, you had to protect stuff and things like this. You split up into multiple armies. Like it felt weird that military people were stuck to one Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like why weren't they a type? Like why? Like if he comes from a fighting clan, why is this man only using a Makuhita? Right? Why can't I train him into learning another fighting type? Or like, why can't I advance the job and now he becomes like a fighting or steel type? You know, like that would be cool. Even if it was basic and they restricted you to like advancing it to like, you know, like archer to sniper. Even that would have been cooler in that game.
Quick question. Do they evolve the Pokemon? Like, does that Makuhita eventually become a Hariyama or no?
I don't remember.
Because that's a pretty good opportunity to have it, like, you know how you say go from like archer to sniper, kind of deal, like that evolution like line.
Well, yeah, it was
Could
sick
be
to
that.
Pokemon, but I would think I want more evolution in the tactics section of it, rather because I mean, like that's one thing in tactics, right? They're gonna grow, right? So yeah, evolving obviously. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure they evolved. How did
I would assume, right? Also, I was looking into the game. It's solid. It's still regular price basically. It's about $40
like
minimum on eBay.
Maybe I just wanted more, man. Like maybe I'm just like I put so many hours into it, but never got exactly what I wanted out of it. Maybe that's all it is. But like, I don't know. I don't know if I feel crazy about saying it. It's just. I like simple games, but at the same time, I feel like more could have just happened with it. You know, like I said, like there were more opportunities to diversify the tactics within it. I think that's the thing. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Is Pokemon has so much potential for such a boring ass idea of monsters slapping each other in the most basic way, right? It still had accuracy checks, like it still had everything Pokemon in it. I don't know why I keep ragging on Pokemon. I like Pokemon, but like it had all the basic, huh?
Because you care.
I care, right? Like the game is shit, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful shit. But
yeah,
like, it's. I just want Game Freak or any of the companies making these games. I know it wasn't Game Freak that made this game per se, but like I just want these companies to just fully flesh out Mystery Dungeon and fully flesh out Conquest and fully flesh out a new Snap and fully. I mean, they're going to do that, but like I just want them to go all in on everything that they could do with the game and not hold out. Like, don't give us a Gen 4 Blue Ball, right? Give me a Gen 5 every single time, right? Like, give me a thing that's just like, we got everything we wanted in the culture of something. We got everything we wanted in a Pokedex. We got everything we wanted in new mechanics. Like it just felt good, right? And it's now if that's going to be a spinoff, it's always going to feel good because it's going to be a spinoff, right? Mystery Dungeon or Conquest or Picross or Pinball, right? Like, give us everything we can do in it and then give us 20 games of that. Because this is the way I think about it. I think about Paper Mario. What changed between Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door, Gamma?
Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door, it looked better.
Yeah.
The battle system was a little more fleshed out.
Yeah.
What else? The story was a bit more compelling. There was more, like, it was more in depth. There was more side stuff to do. What else? There's a bunch of stuff I can't just think of off the top of my tongue, to be honest.
But look how you said it just made everything better. Right?
Okay, yeah, that's the best way I can put it.
Yeah, but the thing is, because the foundation was good.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. The foundation was good. I can't say the same thing about, like, the Conquest had a foundation, but I can't say its foundation was good because, okay, did I? I don't know. But I don't know how to explain it.
Well, see, this is why I said I feel like you're looking for another game, not necessarily a remake. Like, you're looking for a sequel that expands upon what Conquest had and does it better, rather than just remaking the game. Is what I was trying to say earlier.
But the other game had a lot of content in it, though. Like, it had like 18 campaigns.
But what if you make another game with 18 campaigns, but better?
But that's what I'm saying is they could literally they could take because again, it's the whole like, well, we need time to experiment. They could literally take the first Conquest game, keep it the exact same, and just make it better.
But that's not keeping it the exact same.
No, because you remaster it, you add more mechanics to it. That's what we were saying.
I guess.
Gamma was saying that too with Dragoon, like fleshing it out a little bit more and just improving the graphics and stuff like that, right? Like they could easily make the game look better and add a few things like Heart Gold, Soul Silver type of deal, right? Where they added in the physical special. Like that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like just give it more girthy of content and mechanicals, but keep the game the same. The game worked, right?
So keep the game fleshed out more.
Yeah, that's
flesh out the mechanics, and then but like the story and everything else was like,
the story was fine.
That's what you're saying? Okay.
The story was perfectly fine, in my opinion, right? Like, I thought what they were doing with it made absolute sense. Turf Wars are just straight out, hey, we're at war, go, right? Cheesy, good old Japanese at war games. But like I said, like it seemed to fall short on multiple mechanics, and that saddened me because I literally spent 70, 80, and 90 hours in that game, maybe more. And I'm like, man, I just wanted more. And then I would ask for a sequel. But like, I'd probably want a sequel after I saw, like, Paper Mario mechanics were sound. And then Thousand Year Door comes out, and I'm like, holy Jesus Christ, my life is complete. And then I would like to be able to say that about Conquest, basically. Like, just give me the same game, give it more mechanics, make it look prettier, don't half-ass it, don't hold out, and then give me a sequel. Like, I just want it to be done well, right? Because it's the same thing. Like, I wouldn't want them to do a sequel to Gale of Darkness. I thought that was perfect. Like, that's a perfect way to end it. The game went well. I would want it to make it look better, and that'd be as good as we can ask for, right? Or Skies of Arcadia. Like, that's why I'm on the fence about would I want it to look better but change nothing about it, because I'm like, it looked good for its time, and at the same time, making it look better, I feel like it would take away its charm. But I want a sequel. But if I want a sequel, I want that to have all the graphics, not the original game. The original game has its own timepiece into it, which I think is what makes Thousand Year Door phenomenal, is the fact that aesthetic is just, I think it's eternal. I don't think you could change that aesthetic. That's why I agree with Gamma. It's like the new art style for Paper Mario. I'm just like, I can't get into it. Like, the old one is just so damn good. It was so clean for its time. I still think GameCube has some of the best graphics, in my opinion.
Oh, for
like,
sure.
For its time, I thought GameCube was like better than PlayStation, though. Like, I'm like, it's better than what other companies did for like the way that it was trying to hold its aesthetic. Like, I don't want to see Nathan Drake with two popping eyeballs when he's supposed to be like this rugged guy going through uncharted lands. He's just like, hi guys.
Hi guys.
Like the original ones, not like the newest ones, but hi guys, I'm Nathan Drake. Cousin of Dirk.
It's me, Jerk.
I'm Druk.
I'm Jerk.
Hi Dart. I'm Druk.
Oh, cool. I do too.
We need to get Dirt back.
Yeah, we do. I need my daily dose of dirt.
Dude, if we could figure out how to transfer the data on my games, I'll go back to the Legend Dragoon play. I'll go through it again.
You still have the old save file?
No, I just want to go from the very beginning again. It got erased, remember? It transferred and then it got erased.
You
so
should
if we
just
can figure out how to do it from the beginning.
Yeah, no, for sure. Just start the game from the beginning. Fuck it.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But I mean, we have to transfer between disc 1 to 4. So if we can figure out how to do that, because that's what broke, right? From 1 to 2. I mean, I looked it up too. Maybe it's something that I don't understand. But
yeah, I got you.
If we figure that out, I'll go back to it because I miss Dirt. Because now I can talk about Dirt and Drake.
Dirt.
It's like Drake and Josh, but the combo we really need, which is Dirt and Drake.
I miss Dirt and love it.
Dirt and Harpoon guy.
Harpoon.
Volcano.
I'm just sitting completely lost. I have no idea what's going on.
You need to play this game, Raz. It's great.
It's like, you remember watching Skies of Arcadia?
Yeah.
That's why I like Legend Dragoon, because it reminds me of Skies of Arcadia. Like, RPG, just absolutely out there, ridiculous attacks without it being like super anime, right? Like, it's like old style anime, just like literally your attack is you take a sword, you just like slash a man up twice, and then a giant fucking like fire geyser comes out of nowhere. We're just like, yep, that's the attack. We're just literally like it's like the whole game is metal. Even your normal attacks are metal. You have combos, like you have to push a series of buttons to make your combos better. You train up your combos, like it's a grind fest.
I feel like I've seen people play it, but like has never actually understood what was going on because I was just like, oh my god, I don't understand what is happening.
And then you get your persona where you just start becoming like a Super Saiyan dragon guy and like a descendant of the dragon gods, and you just start going like, well, time to just cast super powerful magic, or you're just like, well, time to push like 7 buttons and literally slit you and your rest of your generation's throats for like 9 years of them, and it's just like it's so good. And the animations were, what was it, like 1997? No, it was like 99?
No, 99, yeah.
Yeah, like for 99, it was so good. The game is balls hard because the AI and like the monsters are god awful and are broken beyond imagination because you need levels and they hurt and they just like, yeah, hey, I decide to be a boss that I'll just take his life. Okay, have fun. It's just one of those like heal up and and
just like the cycle of healing every other turn.
Yeah,
and trying to attack and then
where it's just like, you know what? I'm gonna decide to do an AOE, and I'm gonna do an AOE again, and then I'm gonna do an AOE again, and then I'm gonna do an AOE. Oh, and then by the way, I'm just gonna petrify your guy, like true Skies of Arcadia, where you're just fighting an early game boss and he has stone as one of his effects. It's like, well, I guess that's happening.
It's like you petrify and then you petrify in JRPGs is brutal, dude.
I love how we are like, KOing is not enough. We need to have multiple ways to take them out. Why don't we just delete them from game data?
Petrify is so brutal.
What's the point in Petrify? Like, I just don't get it. Was it just like we wanted you to have Asuna as well as Phoenix Downs?
Well, and it depends on the game. I think it's just like to be like, well, you're basically dead, but you still have a chance to not be dead. But chances are you're still dead given all the other variables that are in the situation. But we want you to feel like you have a chance. You really don't.
I'm trying to remember.
I feel like that's what Petrify is.
I know we're getting near the end of the podcast, but I'm trying to remember what game it was where Petrify made you take more damage. And I'm like, because why the fuck not, right? What's that? Was it Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
I think it was Final Fantasy 5 that I played, or 4. I can't remember. I think it was 5. Where I'm like, when you're stoned, you take like X amount more damage. And I'm just like, because, they're already dead to the world. Let's just let them die harder?
Yeah, usually I've seen Petrify as like you get hit once and you're dead, or you're just dead.
It's like a state.
Usually.
Like you're in a state where you're dead and you have to be cleansed in a different way that's not death. But then when you combine the two, where it's like, we're going to make it where they're out of life, and then we'll make them run out of life faster. And I'm just going,
wait, so you're dead, but then you're also still alive, but you're dead.
Yeah, you're out of the picture, right? Because you're petrified. So if everyone gets petrified, you lose. Just like if everybody faints, you lose. So, but the thing is, it's like, hey, just in case you jackass raised one guy, and then you're gonna leave your other 3 people stoned, and you want to make them look like the outside of the Parthenon. What if we just made them take more damage, so now they become dead? But if you can cleanse death with a Phoenix Down, that's fine. But if you can cleanse stone, you're also fine. So why do we just make stone even more punishing by making you take... Like, it's just like, why? Like, they're dead, no matter what. It's a death state. You don't need to give them death plus damage. It's just like, why?
Kind of overkill.
Yeah, it's just like we're really covering all bases.
Yep.
We're really watching for those solo carry speed runs that we expected to come out. You know what I mean? Anyways, that was mine. End of the podcast?
Well, really quick, I wanted to bring something up. I actually looked it up while I was thinking about it. I wanted to see, because both Legend of Dragoon and Paper Mario have action commands.
Yes.
And I was wondering which one came out first. And I guess Legend of Dragoon is the originator of that, from what I know at least.
There's got to be other games that had action commands.
I'm sure there is. But that's the earliest one that I can find that has like action commands that boost like damage or whatever once you use something, like once you do something that correlates with whatever's on screen.
Yeah, because I think back before before the quote unquote the age of RPGs, I think most of it was fighting games or action like action side scrolling games, and most times they started doing QuickTime events. Right, but it was never about like enhancing your attacks. Right, attacks were just attacks. So, I'm pretty. I want to say, QuickTime inspired like input attacks. Let me see. I don't know.
What I can say with confidence though is, Legend of Dragoon is the only game I know of that for action commands actually rewards you for doing them correctly. After a certain amount of times, like you level up your additions, and that's
like you have to actually do well. Otherwise, you're there. Like you can still grind, but you have to like doing it well matters a lot. And on top of that, like the thing that I like the most about Legend of Dragoon is in Paper Mario, if you messed up, you would still like the damage numbers were so low, but like in Legend of Dragoon, if you messed up the combo, you actually lost like because the way it would do it is, let's say the one girl there with the staff, right? Like she would do, one of her things would be like bash, 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 and then like a triple bash. So if you messed up before the triple bash, you lost like 3 extra attacks. Whereas in Paper Mario, you just lost like an extra damage or 2 comparatively. So like your attack would still go, but it's like it's almost like you take the super jump, and that's every attack in Legend of Dragoon, right? Where you actually get punished for not completing parts of it. Or the other times where, like, this was the hardest part about it, but also the most fun, I guess. Sometimes it gets frustrating, but like you have to sometimes you have to counter your opponent's attacks mid-attack.
Oh, yes.
Or otherwise everything would just ricochet onto you. And that's super cool.
Yeah,
it's wild because like all of your damage gets negated and you just get fired back on because your damage wouldn't record until afterwards. So like you're literally, it's almost like imagining, you watch those super awesome like Marvel fights where like punching and giving the elbow and then like the guy grabs your leg and you have to get out of it. Otherwise he just suplexes you and no damage matters. That's what that game does. And that's incredibly, incredibly tough because it's random. You don't know when it's coming and it could be any combo at any time. So it actually kept you on your toes. And that's like, I'm so immersed. That feels so good because now, like, you can never get complacent. Just be like, I'm a god at this combo, right? Because it could literally just throw 2 counters at you, like like one after the other, or like counter hit counter, and there's like multiple opportunities for you to fuck up, and that's super cool. And that would make a lot of games in this day look really cool too if you did that. Like it would be very functional because it could be very fleshed out and play to actual like. You don't have to be frame perfect, but we can give you some things because Legend of Dragoon was pretty frame perfect. It was, you had to be really, really, really good, which was part of the difficulty of the game, but it gets really frustrating for someone like me where I'm just like, I just want to play casually. Please. You
know what? That is a really good take to end the podcast on.
Yeah.
I just want a better conquest. Give me a better conquest.
Let's talk to Pokemon.
Pokemon, Pikachu, give me a conquest. Pika! Fuck you.
Oh my goodness, you made the Pikachu sound.
Pika! Pika.
Okay.
Pico.
No. Noob, where can people find you outside of the podcast?
Did somebody who?
Noob.
I could have swore I just saw. Oh god, the ghost.
He's seeing things.
Oh no!
I could have swore I just saw someone peeking their head around the. Hello?
Oh, that's spooky.
Hello.
God, I hate ghosts. They don't exist. Fuck
haunted.
you. No, ghosts don't exist. Shut up. Wait, why? Wait, I'm going first. Okay. Well, now that I've been possessed, why don't I tell you about the Lord and Savior, twitch.tv/ProPokeNoob. And we're doing a lot of charity work right now for sick kids through Extra Life. And if you want to watch the live show, I post my schedule in Discord at look for Nooblitz HQ. That'll help. And if you want to follow my thoughts off stream or see live notifications, Twitter at ProPokeNoob. And if you're looking for charisma coaching, or just learning how to speak better publicly, go on to Fiverr and look up Andrew Simonetta. You'll find that. And I'm seeing things. Good God. Yeah, I think that's all. I think, probably. I just really want a Pokemon Conquest and Skies of Arcadia and Legend of Dragoon and 1,000 Year Door. I was looking up 1,000 Year Door randomizer this whole time, by the way.
Nice.
I was looking up Skies of Arcadia remake, and
it's just a GameCube.
The first thing that popped up was, well, yeah, of course, but also the first thing that popped up was one of the developers was like, yo, I really want to make a sequel to this fucking game.
I follow him. But he basically confirmed that it won't happen.
Rip. Unless magic happens.
Well, he said that he doesn't have the team basically said they're not doing it. So they'd have to get it. He'd have to find a whole new team because Sega's not taking it on again. So
gotcha.
If they
they're too busy working on Sonic Adventure 2.
if they found the money
Oh.
and the people,
I don't know
they
if
would
it like.
make-
I think it'd go the same way as Paper Mario, where people are just too afraid to do RPGs in this day and age that are not indie developers. So, I don't know. I mean, I would be all for a brand new team trying to take it. It's like if it wasn't Camelot taking on Golden Sun, I'd still accept it. I'd still want them to try, right?
Oh yeah,
But
no, I'd be down.
and see if it's a train wreck or not.
well, I mean, even if it's train wreck, it's like at least you tried, right?
Yeah.
I would give them the benefit of the doubt unless they try and do multiple Paper Marios like they have, and they're just like, yeah,
Where they change
sticker
the battle
inventory.
system?
Yep.
Where they change the battle system every single time now because they don't know what to do with their lives. Apparently.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh God, that's
I'd be
a
fine
horrible
with a
podcast.
different company or team taking it up, because as long as they don't secret mana it where it just destroys the game, then it's fine because they have so much to work off of.
I thought, wasn't the new one Trials of Mana?
I don't know. There's the one that they remade the original. I think that's Secret of Mana.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, it was a fucking mess.
Really?
So apparently, it was like horrible,
Huh.
Oh no.
vehemently bad. But
Like
other
Final Fantasy 1 remake where they tried to like just overhaul the graphics, but the game ran like absolute shit.
oh, you're talking about the one that's on the fucking iPhone? Yeah, no, like that a lot.
the PSX. No, was it Vita or PSX or whatever?
What? Oh no.
No, they made it for fucking iOS.
Oh, I know. Well, that's always gonna be a nightmare. No, what's hold on, let me see. Final Fantasy 1 remake. Which one was it on? Yeah, PSP. PSP.
Oh,
Like, they made it look like Mario, or what's it called? RPG Maker graphics.
Interesting.
And like Final Fantasy 6 just runs like a goddamn dumpster fire on wheels, and yeah, it's
the games are good on DS.
yeah. Well, I played on Game Boy. Yeah, I can imagine on DS they're fine, but yeah, the PSP,
The remakes are good.
they like RPG Maker looking loser things, and yeah. Sorry. Anyways, ending the podcast.
Speaking of losers, if you guys want to find me, you can find me on Twitter or twitch.tv/AmaGamma, AmaGamma.
where you'll find
Not a
losers that
loser,
are not
Gamma.
Gamma. They just hang out with Gamma.
Speaking
Am
of
I a
losers-
loser?
Better.
Speaking of people that hang out with losers, Raz, where can people find you?
Am I a loser?
Apparently,
No.
we're losers because
no,
you hang out with us. So you're cool. We're losers.
So I'm the cool kid.
Yes.
You're the cool kid. Congratulations.
Okay, well if you want to follow a cool person and not one of these
Nerds.
losers, nerds,
Ow.
nerds. I'm going with nerds.
Damn.
You just called yourselves loser.
Yeah, we were.
Nicole, I was just going with it. You're supposed to do that at improv, right? I didn't know you were
I'm just
actually making
going with
this
it
a reality.
too.
Speaking of going with it,
If you want to find me, you can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, RazzberryBlitz, RAZZ Berry Blitz. The rest of it's straightforward. It's not
with a Z.
there's
With a gold
it's
Z.
raspberry with two Z's. Two Z's. There's no
It's
S.
two
it's
Twosies,
two Z's.
see? Woozies, twosies.
I didn't know it was
Yup.
two sets.
Also, I'm gonna
Let's-
hopefully be actually streaming on Wednesday when I do my rando with Noob.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that happens. It might be a train wreck, but we are indeed practicing for Extra Life, and our event will be on the 26th. And I'm going to try to horribly explain things that I've been practicing and show people what I've been up to, if, my computer is functional.
Yeah.
Hey, Raz.
Yep.
Hey, Raz.
Yeah, yeah,
Raz. Am I getting further away?
a little bit, yeah. What's up?
Raz.
Yeah.
Stories of Seasons. When?
Soon, TM. I'm probably gonna re-record the beginning of it. So it's less awkward.
No.
I'm gonna re-record the beginning of it. I'll slap the raccoon clip in there, like the end of episode 1 or something.
Hell yeah.
We
But,
want
it'll be
Nip
there.
the cow.
Slap that
We
raccoon.
want Nip the cow. We
Nip.
want. I
I
have
forgot
to
we
say
named it
cow,
Nip.
otherwise people are gonna think it's really weird.
Let me keep bringing up Nip the cow.
Nip the cow.
And
Nip
people
the
will be
what?
like, "Why are you trying to nip a cow? What does this even mean?
I'm confused.
Is that an innuendo? I
If
don't
we
know.
make it musical, call it Nippissing.
Oh my
I
god.
don't like where this is going. Yeah, I'm end the podcast.
Okay, you know what? This thing has been going really weird since it first started. I don't know, something about a cow.
Anybody up for cake?
I just had a cupcake.
Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Wait, I'm confused. Is he going somewhere with this?
Nope. I have standards, Gamma.
Sure.
You're waiting for me to say. I'm not saying it. No, you can't bait me.
I don't know what What am I baiting him to? I don't know. Oh! Oh no! Oh god, no! Oh, bye!